Hello everybody and welcome to Campicola's workshop, sub-workshop. This is my 10 by 8 plastic shed that I have made into a workshop. So you can, as you can see at the back here, I've got some tools I put on a wooden frame. I've got a couple of workbenches, a sink that I've put in, and some electrics, and a freezer for my ice, for my G&T. So all the things you need in a workshop basically. What I'm going to show you today is how I reversed engineered a Pride Mobility Apex boot scooter to have 4 batteries instead of 2. My main priorities with doing this were to make it the conversion easily detachable, safe, low centre of gravity and solid. And have 2 independent battery boxes that can easily be swapped over. So first of all, I'll show you what I did internally. You can see here I've got a picture of the battery boxes I made up with plywood, screwed together, sealed up. You can see I bought an extra set of electrics. I took the original electrics out of the battery, the original battery, and put them in there. Then I bought another set from an online retailer and made up the second battery box. You can see here that I have got 2 pieces of wood holding the batteries in, plus the terminals down, and I've put in all the associated parts for this battery box to make them independent. So I'll just go through that now with exactly what I've done here. You can see this is the one of the battery boxes. You can see at the front here I have that's the output plug socket there. I've also got the fuse for the whole system, which I've made external to make sure that that's waterproof, but also you can get to it very easily if there is a need to replace it. That's the charging input socket, and that's the motor reset socket should it get overloaded by going up a steep hill or something similar. So the box itself is it's plywood, as I said, 1/2 inch plywood I think, so quite solid but not too heavy, and my main aim was to keep the centre of gravity low. So on the scooter itself you can see I've got a box in position here. They're held down with these clamps that I got off eBay with a bit of paint on. These clamps basically quick release, so you can get the battery box off very easily and put it back on. I had to, in order to get these to fit, I had to alter the catch and devise a catch system here, which you can see I've put on brackets, so the catches are indeed vertical and they hold in. The base itself I put bolted through to the metal chassis underneath the scooter, so this plywood board, which I had to put in as part of the clamping system, is completely solid. That's not going anywhere. That's very solid and tied into the chassis of the scooter, so the battery boxes aren't going anywhere. In fact, they're probably better than the original in the sense that the original could fall out, whereas these are not going to fall out. Even if it went over, the battery boxes would stay in situ. So that's obviously the second battery box goes in here. You don't have to have that, but obviously if you were going out on a long trip you'd want a second battery box in. That was the purpose of this, to basically double the distance that this mobility scooter could travel. So I had to do a bit of reverse engineering of the wiring system in order to accommodate 2 battery boxes, and you can see here what I've done. I've just taken the plug out that was originally down here with the original battery box used to plug in there. I've taken the plug system, so I can basically change batteries very easily by just plugging it in here, and that basically goes in there, and you can, if you need to swap batteries, I'm doing this with one hand so it's not that easy, but anyway, that plugs in very easily there, comes out, and then you can just swap over to the other battery if you switch off the scooter. So Both, as I said, both battery boxes are independent with the fusing and the wiring, which was part of the spec that I wanted to create with this. So so that's it, basically doubling the range of the battery box on this scooter. So now it should do, the manufacturers I think say 20 miles. I would guess that's not that accurate if you're going up hills and whatnot. So, but anyway, it's potential of 40 miles, but I think probably more likely I've doubled the distance to probably 30 miles, 20 miles, something like that, but still considerably further than the original. So that is my updating of Pride Apex Rapid Treat Scooter to double the distance that it can go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any comments, let me know in the comments section. Any further information you want, let me know. Bye for now.